everybody! Oh, there's the center of the camera. So I just finished filming a really fun 40-minute flow class for you, and I thought I would take advantage of the last few rays of sunshine and unseasonable warmth that we're having here in Austin on November 18th to teach you tree pose. So there are a ton of variations for this pose. I really like to use this pose to help me focus. Obviously it helps with balance, not just physical balance, but kind of mental balance, right? So if you're having kind of a tough day or a tough moment, whatever it is, if you're having trouble kind of focusing or relaxing, this is a really nice pose to do, even if it's just for like a minute during your workday, your lunch break, at the beginning or the end of your practice, whatever it is. So a couple variations. We'll start from the ground up, right? So taking your right heel just to the inside of your left ankle, you're going to use your right toes as a kickstand. And what that does is kind of gets you used to the idea of being on one foot, right? So you're going to keep your tailbone kind of pointed down, so you don't want to stick your butt out to the back of the room, right? So think about taking the tips of your hips a little closer to the bottoms of your rib cage. Keep your core contracted, not like super crazy tight flexed, but you want to keep it firm, right? Let your right knee kind of soften out to the right. And then you can do something with your arms, bring them to prayer. Take your hands to the center of your chest, lift up your heart into your thumbnails, and then slide your shoulders down your spine. As you feel more comfortable, more confident, you can take different arm variations. You can take your arms up in front of you, overhead. You could take them out to the sides. You could take a mudra, so index fingers and thumbs. You could even stretch back a little bit, like kind of lifting your heart up, always keeping your hips stacked over your heels to the best of your ability, right? So another variation of tree pose, getting a little bit more comfortable with balance, is you would take your right foot to the inside of your left calf. So now you're standing just on one foot. Try to keep that right knee softening out to the right. Same thing with your arms. You could hold them down by your sides. You could even hold onto your leg if you're feeling kind of wobbly. Sometimes one side is going to be easier than another to balance on, so just keep that in mind. You could have a chair nearby if you want to kind of ease into it that way. Third variation, come all the way above your kneecap. You never want to put lateral pressure on your knee, so grab your right foot, bring it to the inside of your left thigh. Hopefully I can balance because I'm on grass and it's kind of uneven. But anyway, so as much as you press your foot into your thigh, you're going to press your thigh into your foot. So you use that sort of equal and opposite forces to hold your foot up there. And then really think about softening your right knee out to the right. And then what tends to happen, the higher you get your foot up on your leg, sometimes that lifted hip tends to kind of sneak up towards your armpit. So you have the shortening of that side of your rib cage. So see if you can kind of lengthen that hip down, square it with the opposite hip. Always keep your tailbone pointing down, and then just gently lift the kneecap of your standing leg. Use your toes, your standing toes, to kind of grip the ground for balance. So you don't want anything like a crazy tight death grip. Usually the harder you clench, the harder it is to balance. So you have to find that balance between activation, flexion, and then relaxation, right? And then again, arm variations as needed, so hands in prayer, lifting your arms up, keeping them separate, bringing them back together. You could take your palms facing each other, draw your shoulder blades down your spine, and then start to back bend. And then fourth variation here, if you've got pretty open hips or you've already kind of been practicing for a little while, if it's okay with your knee, you're going to try half lotus. So what that involves is bringing the back of your right foot, the top of your right foot, right into your left hip crease. So the bottom of your foot's going to face straight out in front of you. And the deal here is that you really want to keep your tailbone pointing down. So sometimes we tend to do this, right? We make a shelf for our foot with our left thigh, sticking our butts back. You don't want to do that. You want to keep straight up and down. Take your right knee, soften it out to the right, and you can totally keep a hand on your foot if you want here. As you're ready, as you find a little bit more muscle engagement, a little bit more comfort with this pose, you can take your hands to prayer. Stretch up, take your arms wide, do whatever you want. And then of course, coming to the other side, try to take the same variation you took on the first side. If that's not happening, it's not a huge deal. You know, you always work towards balance on each side, but some of us are working with pain or injuries or any kind of, potential limitations. So just go easy on it, ease into it. The thing with standing balance poses, one of the things, is that the more you rush it, the easier it is to kind of lose the balance. So take it slow, breathe deep, breathe slow, and just go at your own pace. Well, there you go. That's tree pose. Let me know if you found this helpful. The class I just filmed included tree pose, so let me know if you do that workout. I'm always open to feedback, comments, questions, suggestions, anything at all. VetraFitness.com or YouTube, Erica Vetra. Love you guys so much, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.